So all of us were minding our business. So. And then the Ooni of Ife's wife sent a message. Hey, the whole of Nigeria has been talking since yesterday. So the news broke that the wife of the Ooni of Ife recently announced a divorce, actually yesterday, from her husband, from the king, His Royal Majesty. The news came to us obviously as a rude shock. And we'd like to hear your thoughts. Not on the matter, because we've heard from the palace. The palace has said that maybe somebody hacked into our account. So because we're not even sure if it is true, because you know this in Nigeria, things happen overnight. So the crux of what our conversation today is not on the matter that happened in the palace. The crux of our conversation is this new emancipated move of a woman who says, I'm not happy. And I'm ready to
I can't continue.
And I'd like to hear the thoughts of Nigerians on it. Should women who find themselves in this kind of shoes, where, listen, you're not happy, and not just you're married to a regular man, you're married to a very prominent person, you had a prominent wedding, the whole world knows about you, can you have the same confidence, or should you have the same confidence that the Ooni of Ife's wife, Olori Naomi, had to say that she's done?
So, you know me, the option to go is for a reason. It's for your sanity. And I want to advocate work at it. Because I have worked at mine. Mine was not a bed of roses. I worked at mine. And so it's becoming a comfortable bed. Yes. So I would not say just work out. Anything good, you work at it. Anything nice, the grass is greener where they wet it. So it's a process. It's something you have to do. But I've seen women who have done it. Imagine somebody do it for 30 years and still walk away. It means that everything she did was like water in a basket. Everything, it has to be two parties. You know, marriage is a two-party thing. And both of them have to be working to make it work. You can't be going at somebody, working to make a marriage work, where the other party is saying, don't want to swear.
Somebody would look at a queen who lives in a palace. Have lots of people at your disposal. You can say what you want, you can ask for what you want and get it. You know, what else do you want? I mean, you have a beautiful son, a prince. You know, even though you're married to a king, so you know there will always, she said there are other side attractions. Oh yeah, there will be side attractions because you're married to a king. But you have what a lot of people will say, everything. So why would you say, you know what, I'm done?
In the end, it's not really about the packaging. It's not about the materialistic or material things, possessions that you have. It's really about friendship and companionship. I cannot even imagine living in a house with someone and that person is not my friend, that person is not my supporter or my support system, and that person is not my companion, is not the person that I can, you know, rub minds with, does not listen to me, does not hear me out. If those things are lacking, and I have all the riches in the world, and I have all the gold and diamond and money in the world, I still will not be happy. And you're talking about this new wave of women, and I think women are choosing differently. Before, all you had to be is a man who looked a certain way, who had money, had access, influence, and network, and that was supposed to be enough. And whatever it is that you went through in marriage or go through in marriage, just keep that aside. That's not important. Nobody really wants to hear it. You can come out and say, I am queen, I am Mrs., and here are my children, and look at the seeds that, you know, we have from this union, and that's all. But women are understanding that happiness is now on the table. I also want to be happy.
Well, I think that we've become a bit more selfish regarding we become a bit more selfish. And selfish doesn't always have to be bad, but we must address selfishness as selfishness. So we've always focused on marriage as per, I'm married, I'm committed, I will stay. It might be tough, I would stay. Regardless of what it takes, I will make it work. And then we are moving into the age of, I'm not happy. I need to be happy. I'm a human being in this relationship. I need you to see me as a human being. It's not just about, and it is good, you know, but finding the balance is essential because too much of everything is bad. Many people walk out of what would be wonderful because they just did not have the patience to stay, you know. So for me, it is extremely important that we balance self and not become selfish. Like we take care of self, but we don't become selfish in a relationship. Because the relationship is not just about your happiness. Many people complaining, if you hear the other person's conversation, you will start pitying the other person.
I'm not going to focus on the king right now because we're yet to hear officially from his own perspective. However, I want to just dissect a bit from what she said and the revelations she allegedly made, because I was still saying that just in case her Twitter account was hacked. She said something which I thought was interesting. She said that I did my best to endure and make it work. Many times I smiled through the struggle, but I finally realized I had just one assignment, my son. And when God is done, he is done. So when a woman says, I smiled through the struggle. Now, we've all had struggles one way or the other in this thing called marriage. I have shared my story several times. But must a struggle end in a divorce?
You may be struggling and smiling through the struggle. That's acceptable. That's okay when you're trying to work towards something. Most things that are important, you have to work through the fire, to finally, achieve, the end positive result. But in a marriage, you can't do it alone. The person struggling, are you struggling and the other person is not struggling? Are you passing through this fire and the other person is not passing through the fire and thinking, whenever you're ready, I don't have your time, I'm not. So it has to be, in a marriage, it has to be, I'm doing this for us. One person cannot work at a marriage. The marriage is of two people.